we have another area team that is really good, that has gone to the state finals for the third straight year. And this year they came out as state runners up. And we're pleased to be joined now by their coaches, Ryan Baker and Carol Fike of DeKalb Unified Baron Sports. Hi, coaches. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Good evening,
yeah,
both
we really
of you.
appreciate it. This is, we got to say, this is the first time that we've had a female coach on our show, and we've had a husband and wife co-coaches for a team. So welcome. First of all, I think and we talked about it a little bit coming in, just off the top, kind of explain what unified sports is, kind of the idea behind it, and really what that is across the state of Indiana, and what you guys are doing at DeKalb High School.
You can go ahead and share that one.
We know who the head coach is already.
Like, are we both look at each other? So unified sports is just kind of an opportunity for people with and without disabilities to work together on the same team. DeKalb High School offers 5 sports for our athletes and partners. So we have year-round sports. So 2 of them are IHSA sports. We have flag football and track and field. And then we do bocce, bowling, and basketball.
Sure. And then, of course, you guys, doing football. Just talk about that. I mean, that's football, obviously big in the Fort Wayne area. We had 2 teams that win state titles out of Fort Wayne. But to see DeKalb 3 years in a row to go down to the Unified Flag Football State Finals, you won in 2021, I believe. The last 2 years, state runner-up. Just talk about the excitement and the growth of that program over the last couple of years.
It's really just been awesome to see it grow. Our first 2 years we lost first round of sectionals, and then we just had a big boom in recruitment. The year that we won state was just awesome to see all of the kids join the team that ended up joining, and then just seeing it go from being a small sport to now we have kids that are on our basketball team. Kids that play soccer, things like that. Just getting a lot of kids coming in and joining the program made it awesome. And that's what started it out. So one kid recruits 5 other kids, and next thing you know, we go from a team of 10 to 30, and we got a lot of good athletes.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to get ready to say here. Now, first, before we go on, Carol, if I'm understanding correctly, you're a Manchester University graduate, correct?
Correct.
What years were you at Manchester? Because you're going to age me now, since I was there from 2003 through last year. But
I graduated in 2010. 2010.
Okay. Well, I'm a little, makes me feel even older. But anyway. Tell me about, playing competitive sports is one thing, okay, with the flags and everything that goes in there, because everybody's competitive in their own way and right. But ultimately, you're achieving more so than just the competitive edge as well. Explain some of the other secondary goals of why, the flag football there in DeKalb and what that brings to the table for these kids outside of just playing a competitive sport, but what else it brings to them in terms of their overall development as kids.
It really gives everyone a sense of belonging. It's kids who would not have the opportunity to do what they're doing, is playing in a IHSA sport with, the kids who are, the captain of the basketball team or the starting pitcher of the baseball team. So that's where it's just nice to see everyone comes together. They all act as a family, and, it is really competitive. Both of our partners and athletes, both, they make it really competitive to the point where they don't want to come out of the game, or there's kids who don't want to go in the game because they're like, they're like, oh, the game's close. Why are you putting me in? And that's where it gets tough. It's like, okay, well, this kid really wants to win, but it's the regular season. We want to get everybody playing time because everyone puts in equally hard work during practice, and that's one of our major rules is during the regular season, everybody gets to play. Wins and losses, that matters at sectionals and regionals and so on for these kids. But, regular season, we want to get everybody in the game.
How many kids did you have out this year for your program?
20.
Now, is that freshman through senior year in class, or what is the age limits in this regard? Freshman through senior?
Yeah. So everyone can join. It's 4 years of eligibility. Now, athletes who are your students that have the intellectual disabilities, who have IEPs, who can stay in school until their 22nd birthday, they can actually stay in the program until their last day of school.
Okay.
So if we have a kid who's 21 years old, he wouldn't be able to play. He wouldn't be able to play baseball, football, anything like that. But unified sports, if he's eligible as an athlete, then he can stay on the team.
And talk about parent involvement. How has that been for you guys in terms of, you've started a program now, it's grown in terms of numbers and such, and moms and dads ultimately love to be involved in things of this nature, especially with their kids. How has that been so far there for you guys?
Oh, our parents are amazing. Like, I literally can post something on Sports U, which is like the way we communicate, and like parents will like respond immediately, or it's, hey, we need water for the game on Saturday. Or a perfect example is like sectionals are like one of our star players really needed a Gatorade, and he couldn't find his dad, so we looked at one of the other dads and they went and got him a Gatorade. So I mean, like, they ultimately just take care of each other, and it's just awesome to watch them interact. And like our parents were amazing. They drove all the way to South Bend, all the way to Indy to watch us play. I'm pretty sure we had one of the biggest cheering sections.
What and then last question here, dude, as I monopolize time again here. Imagine that. Okay. Talk about your season, kind of, when does it start? And I know it runs through a certain date, and then following up after that is kind of when do you start getting back into full swing of it for next year? But go ahead and talk about your season in general, start, finish, and then.
So we started this year was the last week of July. And we start when everybody else starts. So we run a full length season, pretty much all of August, all of September, and then most of October. And the majority of the kids on our team will do, they'll do unified flag football, but they'll also do unified basketball, unified bowling, and then unified track. So we're with these kids, from the end of July through the beginning of June. So we have these kids for, pretty much 11 months out of the year, 10 months out of the year.
And they get mad when we take a week off.
Yeah. Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah. So, and I know a lot of times you kind of touched on it earlier. Some of the other kids, from the other sports also participate to kind of help. Mentors, perhaps, the word I'm looking for. That aspect of it. Just talk about how that all works and really how that has been fulfilled at DeKalb High School as well.
Let you take that one.
I mean, this year is the first year we had team captains. So that was really cool just to see the kids step up and kind of be leaders in their own right.
Sure.
Yeah. What else do you want to add?
The athlete.
Oh, and we do have a student leadership committee that kind of plans different things that they want to do, which is one of the pillars of the Champions Together program. So our kids actually right now are gathering gifts for a local group home, and they're really excited about that. They made like a little Amazon wish list that they were super excited about. So yeah.
Absolutely. Now, maybe somebody's watching this tonight or down the line and say, I have a student with special needs that, man, getting involved in unified sports may be something that I'd like to, my kid might want to do. There's different schools. Your guys are DeKalb, but schools throughout the state are doing this. What is kind of the way of kind of getting involved and encouraging kids to kind of come out and try something different, particularly in the unified sports world? What message would you guys have as far as getting involved and how to do that?
I think it's just, something that everyone should do. So if you're a student who's not doing any sport, regardless of if you're a student with or without the with or without a disability, you should definitely just join, find your unified sports coordinator or whoever the coaches are at the schools, and just go out and join the team. It's just a fantastic experience that, it's serving for everyone. So everyone gets something out of it, and it's just an awesome thing to be a part of.
Yeah. I think if you can find like a special ed teacher, they'll usually be able to know what's going on. Like, cause it's something like, I know we have a kid that's now a junior that missed playing his freshman year because he didn't know about it until it was too late to join. So I definitely say look for announcements, or if it's something you're interested in, like go and talk to the special ed teacher and say, hey, do we have a program like this? Cause I know we have like a little best buddies program during the day also, or like during the school day. So I mean, there are ways to be involved without doing like a sport outside of school.
Absolutely. Well, and certainly IHSA has a lot of great resources, Special Olympics of Indiana. So, you can go on and search those sites and find more information, and obviously check in with your school's athletic department. Well, Ryan and Carol, we appreciate you joining us tonight here on Upon Further Review and our season wrap-up show. Congratulations to you and the DeKalb Unified Barons for coming out as state runners-up in unified flag football, and we wish that you, the guys, the best in the future with that program, and it's great to see you guys representing Northeast Indiana in such a good way down there at the state finals.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Have a good evening, you guys.
Good to meet you. We'll take care. That was Ryan Baker and Carol Fike from DeKalb Unified Football. They were the state runners-up, co-coaches, husband and wife. Great to have them on, and just another great example of the athletic promise that we have here in Northeast Indiana, Coach.